Hello YouTubers, it's me again. I'm back with another collection locomotive / rolling stock update video for you. This is actually the first video about this particular subject for 2015. I've only done one other video so far this year in 2015, and that is showing off that large-scale train operation at the Woodstock Train Show, which was filmed about 2-3 weeks ago. And I just wanted to show you guys some progress and new purchases and all that good stuff to you today. So I'll keep it short and sweet and under 10 minutes for you. To start this all off, I recently got this one. I actually got at Paris. This model of it's a basic Athearn model of a -9. I'm actually going to have to match those air tanks with it because this one came out missing. This is an old Athearn. Gonna put on a different coat of paint. I actually started work on this particular project and getting the locomotive rolling here. And actually, if you turn it around to the other side, I actually got quite a few of the parts on already. The body is kind of disconnected from the frame, which I did that myself. I'll reattach it back on because I still have a lot of work to do with this locomotive. I want to do some rewiring and some other work here. I've already given it a coat of kind of a flat black. Pretty soon I'll put on a better coat of paint, probably use a higher adhesion paint like a gloss black, and then cover it with a semi-gloss, and I'll probably Norfolk southernize this locomotive. The truck details are already on it, and I already put the exhaust is on it. Had a little bit of a problem with it already. The AC unit right here actually came off the unit, and it fell on the floor and it got lost for a number of hours, and I ran around trying to find it. Thank goodness I found it, and I stuck it back on, and stuck it back on with some crazy glue on the inside, so that will resolve that problem for good this time. But I'll give it a better coat of paint and a few more coats of semi-gloss on top of it, maybe some Tamiya TS79, and Norfolk southernize this locomotive, or maybe turn it into the 25th Operation Lifesaver scheme, I beg your pardon. So I'll put this to a side, and the next one, here I got this one from the Woodstock show. This is a Canadian Pacific, obviously. It's a GP38-2. This one here is Athearn ready to roll. This is obviously a newer Athearn than the -9 I just showed you. This is one of the earlier ready to roll models. It was made within the last several years, but surprisingly, in a pleasant way, it does have all the grab irons on it, so I don't have to do anything about that. The handrails are on it, so it's pretty much ready to go. The only problem with this locomotive was on the front. There was a black mark that came off the number boards off the right and went basically above the windows. I had to clean that off with some microsol and an eraser to get rid of that mark, and it looks like it's pretty much gone. Well, actually, it's completely gone now. And as many of you know out there, the 7300s on Canadian Pacific, this one being 7309, these are the former Delaware D&H, Delaware and Hudson units, now painted in Canadian Pacific in the Golden Rodent, or Golden Beaver, shield paint scheme now. And they did a very nice job on this. It's nice that they put the Golden Beaver logo on this unit, because it's actually quite expensive for Canadian Pacific to do it. It costs $3,000 to put this on each side of the unit, so that's $6,000 a unit. It's probably why CP has stopped applying the Golden Rodent scheme on their locomotives now, and they look a lot plainer with just the Canadian Pacific spelt out in upper semi-bold capital letters, and that golden rodent, or the golden beaver, is no longer exists. So put this GP38 to the side, and I also got this hard-to-find unit. This here is a Norfolk Southern locomotive, obviously. It's an SD70 Spartan cab. I picked this up just a week ago. Got her for 100 even, which is not too bad. And of course it's number 2537. I really like the standard cab SD70s, or Spartan cabs, and it's a really nice locomotive. As many of you know, it is an Athearn Genesis model, and they did a very good job of this. The details are already on this unit, and including all the handrails. You can obviously see them there, and the cab there. The camera just went slightly out of focus there. I don't know why. You can see it has the firecracker antennas on the cab roof. I already tested it. All the headlights and ditch lights work that are supposed to work. The rear ditch lights are non-operational on these locomotives. They always have been. Athearn just does that. I don't know why, but it's a very nice locomotive. I wouldn't mind maybe putting a Norfolk Southern train 327 together just for old time's sake, because that train used to run across Ontario all the time. And it's a very nice unit. It actually looks really good running with one of my Santa Fe red and silver war bonnet schemed locomotives, like maybe a GE or a SD70 SD75M, for example. I might even run them and make a video of them operating together. So we'll just put that one to the side. Last but not least, I purchased this locomotive quite a few months ago, locally here at our train show here, and it was actually shown in my Christmas video here. This is a Santa Fe SD75M. Once again, this is an Athearn Genesis model. Recently, I've been purchasing quite a lot of Athearn, which, as many of you know, I'm not their biggest supporter in recent years, due to inconsistent quality control problems. So this is actually an unusually high amount of new Athearn for me, certainly for my standards. But this is Santa Fe number 241. This model has been extremely hard to find, but I managed to find it privately from a vendor who was at the show that day. And once again, this was actually turned out to be the same price as the Norfolk Southern model. It was $100 even. I've improved it quite a bit. The handrails are all on it. I actually asked Athearn to provide me with a new set of handrails, which they kindly did at no cost. And these ones have the yellow ends painted, which does improve the realism of the locomotive quite a lot. All the truck details have been added to the locomotive down below, so the trucks look pretty good. I actually put on a Cato St. Clair antenna on it because I find the Athearn ones to be way too flimsy and too thin. You can see it on top of the cab roof. So I like to actually run these two SD70s together. I might do that in the very near future. And I managed to get the ditch lights on the front of this locomotive nice and flush. You can see them there. They were actually, when I got them, they were installed already, but they were standing up off of the frame, and they weren't all that flush on the frame, but now they look a lot better. And fortunately, at least the horn halfway down the model was already there, so I didn't need to worry about that, but it was a lot of work putting all those sanding lines and cylinder details. But that's it for now, and thank you for watching this video, and I'll keep you posted on what comes up next. Have a good day, all, and see you very soon. Goodbye.